2 square miles.
No, someone actually did that, right?
Yes.
They just kept going back to it with different accounts, changing the size of Missouri. That's it. Just why?
Yeah.
Wikipedia was on it.
They
They would change it back like within 2 hours.
Okay. I was doing homework. Surprise, surprise. Like
That is a
half
surprise.
an hour ago. So there was a company a few years back that got hacked, and they had what was known as one of the best cybersecurity groups in their business. And what happened was something called Warshipping. And I wanted to talk about this in my paper, and I had to mention this as well. I could not find anything
For the average listener and me, did you say war shipping, like WAR?
Yes.
Shipping?
Yes.
Or WOR?
WAR, as in warfare. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll explain what it means in a second. I wanted to use this in my paper, and I wanted to explain it in my paper. However, I couldn't actually find any sort of scholarly article or anything written on it because it's more of a newer term in the technology world. Warshipping is the concept of taking an electronic device and actually shipping it or mailing it to a location so it can get access to a network that you physically couldn't get to yourself. So what happened was a group of hackers actually put together a bunch of laptops and shipped them in a giant crate to a business. And when it was rolled into the warehouse to be checked in, it got access to the Wi-Fi. And because the building was so secure, the actual networks were hooked up to their Wi-Fi because they didn't expect people to gain access to the wireless network because the whole building was basically a Faraday cage. And if you don't know what that is, it's a cage that blocks any sort of signal in or out.
I actually knew that one.
So the building was built in a way that it blocked all the signals in and out. But where they brought in the shipping containers had its own Wi-Fi, and so the laptops were on and running in the boxes when they showed up, and they hacked the system. So like I was writing an article on that, and this is something that I found funny. Just like Wikipedia, I could not find any like scholarly source or anything peer-reviewed about it. But if you look it up, Warshipping, it is a real thing, and it's a really fancy. I think it's cool. Not that it's a good thing.
So if you get a crate filled with laptops,
the best thing is they didn't even know what it was. They didn't even open the box. It sat in a warehouse for like a couple hours before anyone bothered to open it. Yeah. It wasn't from somebody that they normally get boxes from. They don't want to waste time in business looking at it, so they just left it there. It is a real thing. So any business owners who randomly stumble across our channel, there you go.
Speaking of randomly stumbling across and businesses,